Hi, Dr Jo McMillan here, nutrition scientist, but also a mum. So I'm always on the lookout for appliances that can help me to get a healthy meal on the dinner table fast. So I was delighted when Philips asked me to test their Grainmaster. I love my whole grains, they're great for health, and this machine I can pop them in there, close the lid, walk away, and I come back and the results are perfect every time. I'm going to show you my quinoa pilaf using the Philips Grainmaster. Now, I'm a big fan of getting more vegetables as an integral part into the meal, and that's what's fabulous about this dish. Not only is it delicious, but it is packed full of nutrients. Now, I'm using my favorite oil, it's extra virgin olive oil, and I'm using the quick cook setting. So what's brilliant about this machine is you can saute all your vegetables first and then use the grain setting to cook whichever grain you're using. So I've got the quick cook and I've heated up the bottom, so I just pour in some of my oil there. And then I'm going to gently just saute my onions for just a couple of minutes until they're translucent and you start to smell the lovely aroma. I'm just going to cook these onions just for a couple of minutes. We don't want them to burn, we want them to just look nice and translucent. And then we're just going to add our other veggies. So we've got some finely chopped garlic, got beautiful medicinal qualities garlic, as well as adding that flavour. I've just cut some fresh corn straight off the cob, a stick of celery, red capsicum, one of my favourites. That wonderful red colour is coming from the antioxidants present in the veggie. We've got some eggplant, or aubergine, if you come from where I come from, and some zucchini. And then you just want to cook the veggies for another couple of minutes on that same quick cook setting. Now I've washed my quinoa just under the running tap. Now that's really important because there's naturally occurring chemicals on the outside of quinoa called saponins that give it a bitter taste if you don't wash them away. Rinsing with water is all you need to do. I've got about a metric cup here of quinoa. I'm going to pop that in with my veggies. And then add, as long as you remember, you want roughly double the amount of liquid to your quinoa. So we've got 2 cups of chicken stock, or if you want this to be a completely vegetarian dish, simply use veggie stock. We pop that in. A little pinch of salt. Now be careful if you've used a bought stock. They can be quite salty, so you might want to just limit how much salt. If it's a homemade stock, you might want to add a little bit more. And then a pinch of black pepper. Just give it a stir. Close the lid, and this is where we change the setting. So you cancel from the previous function. I'm just using the menu button. Switch to quinoa, and you'll see you've got settings there for all sorts of different things. And then all you need to do is press start, and the machine takes care of the rest, and you can walk away. Now, about 5 minutes before the end of the cooking time, we can add our chickpeas. These are already cooked, so we're really just heating them through. So pop them in. Give it a stir, and then just re-close the lid and allow it to finish cooking. So this is now finished cooking. All that remains is to add our fresh herbs. Always put your herbs in right at the end when they're fresh. A, because that's how you'll get the most flavour, but also these are incredibly rich in antioxidants, and you want those antioxidants to be nicely preserved. And you'll see that the quinoa is perfectly cooked. Now the beauty of this machine is that it's not just for rice or for quinoa. You'll see on the menu setting there's a whole load of different settings from brown rice to multigrain if you're doing a mixture of different grains. You can cook your lentils or indeed your beans in there. We've got our quinoa setting, you can cook porridge, or you can simply reheat food. And the clever thing about this machine is that it uses fuzzy logic technology to make sure that you get fabulous results every single time. So there's our quinoa pilaf, and I love this dish because it's a great way of getting the kids to eat their veggies too, as well as the adults. By having the veggies integral to the meal, it makes them delicious. You can serve this as a vegetarian main course. I would sprinkle it with some nuts and seeds if I was doing that, or serve it as a side dish with a simple piece of grilled chicken or fish. It's healthy eating, made easy.
Innovation anew. Philips.